Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel, where we delve into the mind of a villain. In this entry, we'll be taking a look at Lotso, the villainous plush bear from Pixar's Toy Story 3. This soft, strawberry-scented bear first welcomes Woody and his friends to the Sunnyside daycare before revealing the true malice behind his character. Lotso greets our heroes with a grandfatherly tone as he hugs them and assures them that in their new daycare home, they will no longer face the abandonment that they experienced with their last owner, Andy. He is initially non-threatening, with a gentle southern drawl in his deep baritone voice and a slight limp that makes him seem even-tempered and kind. He promises the toys a safe, sheltered life in the daycare. All seems well. The other daycare toys listen to him and seem to trust him as a leader. However, this facade of a generous and welcoming persona quickly crumbles as the toys face the brutal criminal ring that Lotso runs within the daycare that keeps all the other toys under his paw. All the toys live in terror of him and his ill will. Trapping our heroes in the caterpillar room, Lotso explains his system of putting new toys with the ill-behaved toddlers in the caterpillar room. Those that survive the abuse can move up to the butterfly room, where they will be treated better. This transition is also supported by the film's use of color. Prior to the reveal of his evil, the outlook is bright and sunny, taking place during the daytime while Lotso hides his true nature. After it is revealed, the film mainly occurs during the night, as it changes to a dim and gloomy outlook resembling a prison. Midway into the film, we get our revelation as to Lotso's background, his replacement from his owner Daisy. This crucial event shattered his worldview, and from here we can see its detrimental effects on him and how Lotso projects his own feelings of despair onto the other toys in his rule at Sunnyside. First, we have Lotso's feelings of betrayal and abandonment. It is this sense of betrayal and abandonment that drives Lotso to his desire for control over his environment and the other toys. During the moment he realized that Daisy had replaced him with a new Lotso the bear, he yanked away his fellow toys who still wanted to return home. We see immediately that Lotso has begun to project his experience of abandonment and distrust onto others. He lies to Big Baby and Chuckles, telling them that Daisy doesn't love them anymore, when in reality, it was only he who was replaced. In Lotso's eyes, if he can't have Daisy, then no one else can. To cope with his abandonment, Lotso also has to lie to himself. He tells the other toys that Daisy never loved him to begin with, although that is blatantly untrue. Secondly, we have Lotso's aversion to trusting others or depending on anyone for affection. Lotso does not trust others to be genuine due to his past trauma and loss. He is now emotionally scarred and does not want to love or feel loved in case he might again experience that horrible feeling of abandonment. This manifests in the way that Lotso sets up the other toys to need him and depend on him to work their way from the dreaded caterpillar room to the more pleasant butterfly room. He assures them that this is simply the way of doing things in the daycare, and the following of his rules and paying of dues will result in rewards. The alternative is abuse and misery, manipulating and controlling the toys by making them reliant on him and compliant to his requests. He protects his own emotions by keeping them masked and managed under this system. This system is ultimately based on one notion, that might is right, and where only the strongest will survive. We see this when Lotso is willing to let Buzz join their ranks after displaying a sense of initiative and leadership. So in a sense, Lotso respects those who exhibit strength, while those who are weak are left to fend for themselves. Lotso's system is ultimately a sham. While he promises that those who pay their dues can live a life like a dream come true, it is a false sense of hope to keep them placated. In actuality, the toys that he deems weak will be used as meat shields until they are completely destroyed, as Lotso mentions that they were running low on volunteers before the arrival of Woody's gang. But as long as it's not him, Lotso is content to let everyone else take the brunt of the abuse, while he sits at the top of the pyramid as their prison warden. Thirdly, the replacement from Daisy created a sense of worthlessness in Lotso, which he in turn projects onto those around him. It is the logic he uses to justify his abuse and misuse of others. He yells at Woody and the rest of the toys at the climax of the film, saying that as toys, they're all just trash waiting to be thrown away. By viewing others as worthless and disposable, Lotso can avoid the guilt and responsibility of his cruelty against the other toys. He is able to project his own abandonment and the feelings of insignificance he has on the toys around him, forcing them to need his approval in order to survive. At the end, Lotso shows the pinnacle of his evil. Even after being shown mercy by Woody, who saves him, he still cold-heartedly leaves the toys to perish and turns a deaf ear to their cries. Overall, Lotso is an excellent villain. He mirrors the insecurities of the main characters and demonstrates the drastic consequences of allowing one's own past traumas to become the lens at which one views the world. Lotso's own tragic story helps the viewer understand his pain, though in the end, it does not justify the harm he causes those around him. So what do you think of Lotso, folks? Let me know in the comments below, together with any suggestions for other characters you'd like to see here.